I've survived cancer 3 times, moved across the country, and now I'm figuring out life, music, and healing on my own terms. Hi, I'm Bianca Muñiz. I'm a singer, songwriter, photographer, artist, and 3-time cancer survivor living with Li-Fraumeni Syndrome, aka a genetic mutation that increases my risk of cancer. So I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer at 11 years old. I had my right ovary removed, I went through 6 months of chemo, and then I was considered NED, no evidence of disease, for about 11 years. And then I was diagnosed with breast cancer at 22. I had a double mastectomy, reconstruction, and about a year of cancer treatment. Once again considered NED, at that point I had been diagnosed with TP53, aka Li-Fraumeni Syndrome, which basically means that my tumor suppressing gene is broken and my body makes tumors and cancers. And so I was considered NED again, but joined a program at Dana-Farber that was a study and also screening for my specific mutation. And so every year I get an annual full body MRI and every test and scan in the books, including colonoscopies, because we've found precancerous polyps already. So I get colonoscopy every other year. And with my annual full body MRIs, that is how we found my lung cancer. And I will go into each of these diagnoses in they'll each have their own video because it's kind of a lot to talk about in one video. But we found my lung cancer, and so I had surgery, but at the time we didn't know it was cancer yet. All we knew is that I had a tumor on my lung, and the options were to get a biopsy or to remove it, and I chose to just remove it given my history and my mutation, and it turned out to be lung cancer, and we caught it so early that I didn't need chemo or radiation or anything. And that's the point of my annual screenings. It's to catch whatever pops up early, cut it out, and have as minimal treatment as possible. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And my study at Dana-Farber is finished, so I transferred back to NYU for my annual screenings, and it's a relatively new program. So I'm looking forward to that. After health insurance and whatnot, this year sent me back 6 months. Everything went smoothly. I love my new geneticist, and my scans are clear this year, which I'm excited about. But yeah, I'll go into more detail on each of these things and give them each their own video because there's a lot to talk about. On top of my mutation and cancer and whatnot, I also struggle a lot with PMDD and my mental health. PMDD stands for premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and the best way I can describe it is that for half of the month, 2 weeks out of the month, I basically feel like I'm underwater, drowning, really depressed and anxious. And then there's a week where I'm like slowly coming above water, and that's my getting back to normal week. And then there's a week where I feel at my baseline normal, my energy levels are good, I'm not struggling with my mental health, and I basically only get one normal week a month. And that is devastating. And I realized this a few years ago because my mental health had just gotten so bad, or maybe I was just more aware of it because I was finally living alone. And so I started tracking my cycle and journaling and really trying to figure out like what was affecting these waves for me. And that's when I realized it was PMDD and my literal monthly cycle. So that was really enlightening because I've been struggling with all of this since high school, and it makes sense because I have one ovary and a lot of it is hormonal and whatnot. So I've been doing everything in my power to learn as much about all of this as possible and really treat my body with kindness and respect, and trying to, just be good from the inside out to help my body normalize. But it got really bad even with everything I was doing. And so I finally just started antidepressants this past week. So I'll talk about that in another video, but today is day 6 on them, and I'm recording this video right now. I've been wanting to do this for so long, but I've just been so tired and exhausted from trying to fight to be myself. So I'd say it's going pretty well besides this week's side effects. So what this channel is about, I want to share my cancer journeys, what life is like as a person with the TP53 genetic mutation and doctor's appointments and dealing with insurance, but also as someone who struggles with mental health and is now going on a journey with antidepressants after trying so many different natural remedies, and the internal dialogue and the internal arguments I've dealt with about that and feeling like, am I failing? Am I just settling? Am I not trying hard enough? Because this has been a really hard journey, especially with external voices coming at me, but this is just what I needed right now. So yeah, I'll be talking about mental health, PMDD, my cancer journey, my art, my music, and showing what it's like to write a song and then record it and produce it and put it out into the world, and all the feelings and thoughts about things like that. Moving to LA, I bounce back and forth between the East and West Coast a lot, New York, Pennsylvania, LA. Right now, my partner and I are displaced because of the fires, and we had to have our rugs ripped out, so we're in the process, we're doing it ourselves, of putting the floors down because ash was just everywhere. So just life, just showing life and the good, the bad, all of it, all of the in between. For so long, I felt like I had to be in a box because of society and the way the world works. And now I'm just trying to live on my own terms in alignment with myself beyond what society thinks that it should be, I'm 30 years old and I'm still figuring it out. And I feel like this is only the beginning. And I don't want to be in a box anymore. I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I don't want to do anything that doesn't feel in alignment with myself and that doesn't bring me joy. And I know there are things in life, like taxes, that we have to do that don't bring joy. But I can do the best I can to try to make everything feel good and just lean more into my creativity. It doesn't only have to be music. It doesn't only have to be photography. I paint, I make stickers, I camp, I backpack, I take photos, and I am working on a photography project right now, and I love harmonizing, and I love helping bringing other people's visions to life. So I'm creating my life to accommodate all of the things I love doing. And so this channel is going to be the process behind all of that and just taking you along as I go. Basically, my goal is to showcase learning how to create a balanced and joyful and creative life that feels right for me rather than following societal expectations. This channel is for anyone who's trying to figure things out, whether you're an artist, a survivor, navigating mental health, or just looking for inspiration to live life on your own terms. If any of this resonates with you, I hope you stick around and let me know in the comments what brought you here.